Hello, everybody. This is Karen.
And my name is Mae.
And we are from
Boomers to Gen Z.
So this week we're going to talk about
Happiness.
Oh,
And I feel like that's something that a lot of us are chasing, but I think we don't really define it, what it is to us.
Okay, so how are we going to define happiness and what is your happiness? Don't go away.
So Karen, as a boomer and you're at midlife now, what is happiness to you right now?
Happiness is when I can spend time with my children, when I can travel.
Do you get butterflies for these type of moments? Is that what happiness still is in midlife? You know, your heart pumping out the chest. Like
Not that, but yeah, it's a lot of excitement and the idea of traveling and meeting new people, learning new culture just gets me very excited. So that is always my motivation. Whenever I'm down, I'm always look forward to my next little break that I can get out and just explore a little bit. Yeah.
the reason I found this topic so interesting is if we go on social media or if we go online and read blogs and articles, we always hear things like, oh, happiness in the workplace, happiness in your marriage, cultivating happiness at home. It's happiness here, happiness there. Even if you see hotels and stuff, a point of happiness. They all have the slogans, happiness, happiness, happiness. But I think that happiness means so many different things. For me, for example, right now, I know it sounds really shallow, but I feel like happiness is linked to very monetary things.
I don't blame you.
So that's normal. So you went through that too?
I think the thing is this. When you're young, of course, you are very influenced with what social expectations are. Then you are driven by how the media and social media shows you the fancy handbag or the made up girl. And it's also like the beginning of your life. You are really trying to find yourself as a person. There's no denying money is important because without money, you can't live the life that you think you want or the life you want. You should use the money.
It does make sense. So what I'm struggling with now, when the money is not flowing the way that I want it to, it's I can have really nice moments with my son or with my partner, but I just don't feel happy. I'm not in the moment with it because my head is just somewhere else. I will only be happy when this. I'm actually missing out on these little moments that I could honestly be present in. The other party is happy in those moments spending time with me, but I'm just not reciprocating.
Right.
And I'm not really there. So I don't know how to, again, cultivate happiness. How do you create happiness?
I think it's really very normal. You cannot be happy 365 days. There will be your boring, sad days where you're
mundane.
You're just going through and then you have your truly happy where maybe you got to eat the best cake ever and just give you lots of joy, or you just saw you got your best dog and he was kissing you and all these things, right? So those are those little happy situations. It's not possible to achieve absolute happiness on a daily basis. That when you do have those happiness, it's about the core values that you value. I mean, if you are with your partner and your son and you're having a good moment, do your level best to be present, because those moments may not happen again. Those moments could be very fleeting. You want to be present for the people you really love. I was focusing so much about my work, and when I'm with my family, when they were younger, my children, I was there, but I'm not there because my headspace is thinking about the work and I'm not thinking about being there, and I regret that. And I don't want you to regret that, because I do miss the moments when we have our family dinners and we would talk for hours and we would try to recreate everything, change the world kind of thing. And I miss that very, very much. Those moments, those happiness, it is important. The main thing you realize is things are just things. Do you realize that if you buy that pair of shoes, you're really happy for how long?
Maybe like 2-3 days. First time that you wear it, and you might not even wear it again.
Exactly. And then that's it.
Yeah.
The things that make me happy is actually all those memories. It's all those little memories that little holiday that you guys took, and maybe that time where you had the best meal and how all of you laughed together and had such joy, or even something like, oh, the smell of your little dog, and say, oh, that brings you a little, he's so cute, she cute, that kind of thing. Actually, it's not the big diamond ring or whatever. I mean, albeit that's very nice.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, but it's still very nice, but that joy is not lasting. For me, I've changed in the sense that I look for building more memories with my husband and with my family instead of trying to do the material things.
That makes sense. Actually, like today, funnily enough. So I tried to be really active in my son's life as much as possible, because I think that in his school life and also like obviously at home, where can I run? But I noticed that like what I'm doing now, like with his academic life and things like that, like I keep thinking to myself that it will make him happy to know that, oh, my mom is like so involved, my mom helped to do this, my mom set this up, oh, my mom is the one here.
Right.
But today I spent so much time doing something in my head, which was like to make my son feel happy and proud, but he wasn't even there. He didn't even know that all of that was happening. And like when I was in the car, I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, it's actually not about him. It's my own happiness, because when I was younger, I always wished that my parents were like involved. And it really, like, as much as we try to do things, right, like even like me with the material things, I feel like it all links down to like ourselves and how comfortable we are. Like if we are content and comfortable like in our own like skin, then my happiness won't be so dependent on all of these other things or so people pleasing towards other people's expectations. It can be more centered, and then I can be present. But then becoming content, that's a whole other episode.
I think the thing with happiness is it will come with time, May, and I promise you it comes with age. And that's why I say that I do like being older, because I feel like I am so much more calmer, wiser, and just centered, because I no longer sweat the small stuff. I have no to say no to someone if it doesn't bring me joy. If I were to die end of this year, will I do this? Because I want to make every thing that I do from now on meaningful to me and has value to me. It was everything that is in alignment to what I want to do.
With age, like that's one thing, right? Like if someone who's older tells us like, hey, I'm proud of you, there's a different feeling. Whereas like if someone who's the same age as you, or maybe someone who's even very, very successful, but maybe they're only like 5 years older than you, when they say it, it's like, oh yeah, thanks. If it's someone who is like older than you, I think, and that's that sense of like, this person knows what they're talking about. That this person has gone through it. They see the small things that they know is going to mean more to us later on than what we see. When someone older like says like, oh, you're doing okay, that's a big validation. So the fact that you said that, like, that now that you've gotten older, you feel more like centered, and I guess you don't have anyone to prove anything to.
No, and it is the evolution of our life. In your 20s, it's all the different stages of our life, and you are going through that, and that's fine. But it's just that it is when you can find yourself to say, okay, yes, but happiness could be something very simple. Happiness could be just driving down to the beach for one evening.
Okay, to be fair, when I eat sashimi, I'm pretty happy.
It doesn't have to be those extravagant, big gesture things that you have to spend lots of money. My happiness in the early on was when my husband would always prepare my coffee every morning without fail. and that was my little happiness because I know that he cares and he makes sure that it's exactly how I like it. And just be grateful. And when you're grateful, good things will keep coming because you're actually focusing on how great everything is instead of focusing on all the not so nice things that is happening.
I think that's a big thing that's lacking, like the gratitude part of things.
Yeah. When you allow your head space to think all the positive things that are happening, or the bed that you're sleeping, or that Zaki did something nice and he was such a good boy. Happiness is something we all strive to do, but be reasonable with it because, like I said, you're not gonna have it 365 days a year. And it's about you take comfort and end the day with saying, "Oh, thank you for the food that we had, the wonderful steamed fish that we ate this afternoon, or the fact that maybe your neighbor bought a piece of cake out of the blue. Those are happiness too."
Actually, I think if we start like especially like the Gen Zs, right? If we start counting all of the things that we should be thankful for, like in the day, like thank you for this and thank you for the food, thank you to the farmers who like all these small things lift your mood because suddenly you're counting so many things. You're like, oh wow,
there's so many nice things today. Yeah.
Not bad today.
So when you focus on that, more will come. If you keep focusing on, oh, I didn't get this, or I don't have enough money, that's why I have to stay at home. Okay, so you can't afford a dinner and a movie night out. Why not have a movie night in and do something romantic with your partner on the floor and say, okay, we're going to have a starry night. So that could be fun too, because one thing I do admire is there are people who do not like to travel. They love where they are, and they're just really, really happy with their home and the garden. That's their truly their happiness. I haven't come to that because I'm just too.
You like new experiences.
Yeah,
You're still curious.
But I do admire that because it's something so simple and you can easily find that joy just by planting and growing stuff. And I found a new hobby recently, which is I didn't realize, but I actually love pottering around in the garden and just seeing my little lettuce or whatever growing, and I go, oh my god. So I hope you will find your happiness and do share with us what is your version of happiness.
Just a side note, this is just our opinions. We're just having fun talking about topics that mean something to us. If you have anything in mind that you want us to talk about, comment below. Make sure to like, share.
Please like and subscribe us because we can't go on doing this if you don't find this entertaining. So let us know what we can talk about that will bring you more joy and happiness for the day. So see you next week. Bye.